Oi, oi, Roger Retro Gamer here. Welcome back. Hope you're all well. If you followed my journey so far, parts 1 and 2, this is a follow on from that. Um, so, on from collecting the Mega Drive. Um, with regards to games, I built up a fair collection, and I was thinking on it yesterday. I haven't done the videos a couple of days ago, and I suddenly remembered and did start chuckling to myself, as you do, moment of madness, sitting in the front room watching the telly, and I'm thinking away, and something just clicked, and I'm sitting there cracking up, giggling away at myself, and I remember in the journey building up the collection, Mega Drive games, and good old Roy, rest in peace, from Melodies in Clacton. What I used to have a bit of a system going with him that I used to any brand new looking Mega Drive games that came in, he would always, no matter what it was, he'd put it aside for me. Um, and what I used to do, really cheeky looking back on it, but you know, up there for thinking, down there for dancing. What I used to do was get all the brand new looking games off him that were complete, brand new, just no matter what it was. Um, and I used to get good old mum, or I used to take it down to Woolworths or Boots and play the game. It was it's, you know, mum bought me this last week. Haven't played it. It was a duplicate gift. She didn't realise that I've already got it. Um, we've looked everywhere in the last week or so. Can't find the receipt. I don't want my money back, but can I exchange it? And if I exchange it, if I have to, I'll put the extra few quid towards the game I do want, but it's no good to me. I've already got it. My mum didn't know. Or good old mum, she'd go down there. WH Smith's was another one. She'd go down there and play the game. Bought this for the boy yesterday or last week. Can't find a receipt anywhere. Can we exchange it? And that's how I got a lot of the new games out. So a bit cheeky. But yeah, I was sitting there, I just something I was thinking of. What else can I mention in the videos? And it was something that really made me chuckle because back in the day, wheeling and dealing as you do. But yeah, good old Roy, he used to keep all the brand new looking games for me, and yeah, work the system a little bit. I think after a couple of years of doing that, I think they started to get a bit wise to it. But yeah, it was good times, good laugh. Um, Mind you, in saying that, I mean, my mum used to play the Mega Drive with me, so getting the new games out, she was always keen on getting the new stuff out as well. So yeah, good chuckle remembering that. So yeah, on my journey throughout gaming, so I had the Mega Drive, had a decent collection, and there was one game. Upon release, I remember now that I'd just had a new pair of trainers, about 80 quid's worth of Nike Air Max. I've been fairly spoiled anyway, and this game was coming out, and it was in the muzzes in the arcades. It was going to be a pretty much arcade perfect port. So all the suspense was built up with it, and it was a game that was really near the mark in terms of gore and violence, and yeah, all the good stuff, and being a Mega Drive fan, it was going to be the better one, wasn't it? Of course it was. So yeah, but Mum, bless her, dug her heels in. I'd already had so much in the last month or two leading up to this. So upon its release, it was a game I couldn't get. Fair's fair, It was a case of wait till birthday, Christmas, get it then. Went down to old Roy's, had a chat with Roy, and just sort of said, look, if you get this game in, no matter what, I'll have it off you. I'll wheel and deal and make a one-sided deal, and I'll nab it off you, no matter what. And about a week went by, and I did my usual sort of every couple of days visit down to old Roy's, see what's about. And he said, I put something by for you. He said, not sure if you want it. It's a bit of a curveball, but might be something you're interested in. And he goes rummaging around, and out the back was like an absolute treasure trove. It was bits of gear, whether it be tapes, vinyls, CDs. It was all fucking piled up from the floor up halfway up, and you'd have to climb through to get through. Like fucking immense. You just don't see places like it nowadays, unfortunately. But anyway, he comes out and he went, now, I haven't been offered the Mega Drive version yet. And I was like, what? He said, but this is bloody close. It's a really good port. I've had a go of it, and it's brilliant. He said, I reckon you'll be pleased with this. And then shows me this. Mortal Kombat! Mortal Kombat on the Master System, or Master System. Now, I hadn't had a Master System. I hadn't even seen one before. But he pulls this out, and looking at the screenshots on the back, I've just realised that I've got to clean the old case. Thankfully, it's not on the inlay, that's on the outer. But, yeah, it looked bloody good by box art, and that's what it was all about. If it looked good on the box, of course, it was arcade perfect, wasn't it, boys and girls? So he's got that, and I went, but I haven't got the system. He said, well, you can get this this thing that just sits on the Mega Drive and you know, converter, but I haven't got one. However, I've got one of these. And then he rummages around in the other doorway and pulls out a nice Master System. This ain't the one. This ain't the original one from back in the day. But this was the version. So I did a bit of wheeling and dealing, and for the cost of what would have been a brand new Mortal Kombat, so it must have been about 45 quid or so worth of trades out of my collection, I managed to get a Master System with Mortal Kombat, and I must admit, to me it was a bollocks. It was absolute the business. Absolutely loved it. I didn't even bother. I didn't even realise that there was games built in. It didn't come with any other games. It was just the console, and it was this on the front. But I just plugged it in, switched it on, busted that out, chucked that on, and just played it to death. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely great. So really chuffed to get it finally. It was only then that months and months down the line the Mega Drive one become available, so got that, and then unfortunately the Master System and the Master System version of the game and the console were traded on, got rid of, to get the latest greatest thing out. So yeah, that was my little experience with the Master System. Mortal Kombat to me at the time was a business. Loads of people like the Street Fighter, but both of them were brilliant. I'm sure you'll all agree. They both had their plus points. Both are really cracking games, particularly when you're playing two-player. It's alright, it's not the Rona, it's a little bit of dry throat. Needing a little top up with a protein, you know. That's better. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Experienced the Master System, loved it, got rid of it. I've certainly made up for it now. Only single digits off a full set. I think 7 titles off a full set now. I got back into the Master System at must have been 2008, I reckon, about 2008, and got a console with Sonic. And as soon as I remember that music going, the old Sonic Master System music. Absolutely brilliant, and that was it. I was hooked. Got to collect them all. So yeah, brilliant. So moving on, with the Mega Drive, had a bit of a foray into Master System, and I did venture into Mega CD for a short while. Speaking with Danny and David, cousins, they'd got a Mega CD, and it's amazing new sort of next gen type graphics and capabilities, and well, we all know wasn't quite on the mark, unfortunately. I did have a healthy Mega CD collection with both the Mark 1 and Mark 2 consoles, and only got rid of them a year or two ago. CD based collecting, if you like, kind of isn't for me so much. I had a few games for the Mega CD, the Jaguar XJ220, Sonic CD, Final Fight, but probably no more than 10 games back in the day. And it was, I got that through good old Roy's, as I got most of my deals from, and my consoles. So yeah, unfortunately I haven't got anything to show you now, Mega CD based, but yeah, so enjoyed all that. I was quite a late starter with the Super Nintendo. Mate of mine locally, Rob, got the Super Nintendo All Stars pack, and I was proper Mega Drive all the way. And going around his, hanging around with him all the time. He was a top lad. Got to play Mario All Stars and live the old NES days once again. Super Mario World, amazing. Super Tennis, all those sort of games, and absolutely loved it. So before long, it was a case of Christmas, birthday coming up. On to mum, I've got to get a SNES. Want a SNES? Love a SNES. Rob's got one. Why can't I have one? So yeah, along come a SNES. Come that I think it was birthday. Pretty sure it was birthday. And but throughout that, I'd mentioned Rob's got the Mario All Star SNES. Mario All Star SNES. But what I really wanted was the super set with the big scope, the bloody great box, which I've recently got, and I've recently shown in a pickups video. That console, that's the one I really wanted back in the day. I mean, that was something else, something really cool. So Mum just remembered Mario All Stars, so she got me that. Absolutely loved it. And when I really wanted that scope. Straight in the catalogue, she orders it. I'll get you that. I think what it was is she was overcome by playing a bit of Mario again, a bit of old school on Mario All Stars that she was keen to get playing again, and so she got me the Super Scope set, the box set separate. So I got it all in the end anyway. But yeah, again had a healthy selection of games for the SNES or Super Nintendo. Really loved it. Then Starwing came out. That was a really top title. I must admit, with it started to push the boundaries. And Killer Instinct, that was another one. And one of my fondest memories of Super Nintendo games. I'm only just getting back into it. I mean, I think I had about 150 games. Probably about 50 of them boxed, and a few consoles, but got rid of them. Once that little mini Super Nintendo come out, that just reassured me that I weren't really into SNES as much as Sega. But now I've got the Super set with the scope and all the gear. I'm just getting back into it again. Bit of SNES collecting. I'm going cart only this time. But yeah, I mean, certain games are brilliant. Turtles, Probotector, Oh, there's so many, absolutely so many. But I mean, a lot of them were like the Striker, the football games, the Super Tennis again. That was a standout title. I've always liked tennis games on the computer. That was really good. So yeah, I've got a few carts that I've recently shown in the pickups. Star Wars, to me, bastard hard, but bloody brilliant. And yeah, that's what took the SNES collection off. So on my little shelf units, I put some of the games off of there up on shelves on the wall, and then I had those black plastic sort of 2 shelf with the console sat on the top. I had the Mega Drive, then the SNES, and at the time initially I had the Mega CD, but that soon went. And then me telly got upgraded to a 21-inch. I think it was 21-inch, which was huge, going from a 14-inch little portable up to a 21-inch. I'm absolutely made up with that. So yeah, we moved onwards and upwards. Bigger telly, 2 consoles on the go, and off we go, getting a collection of games in. As I say, I kept all my stuff in really good condition, which was so nice of me, considering I traded it all in for the next latest thing out that was coming out. So as you do, I do have one more little add-on to talk about, and that become apparent when it was released that it was kind of a stopgap after the Mega CD, and the kind of, if you like, bit of disappointment with the Mega CD. This little funny looking thing was released. It was really good. It looked really good. It was going to be sort of while we're waiting for the Saturn to be released, this funny little mushroom thing came out. So I had to get one. And back in the day, I didn't have a boxed one. I just had the mushroom bit to plug in a console. But I actually traded in my Mega Drive, the Sonic set, my original Mega Drive, and got a Mega Drive 2, and this funny little mushroom adapter to stick in the top. And to me, this is absolutely brilliant. This is all complete, nice condition, lovely all round, apart from a little tear there where someone before me pulled probably a price label or something off it. But again, sorry, it's all bubble wrapped up. Again, it's to keep things nice and fresh while they're in the loft. But Mega Drive 32X, and I remember 5 games on it, and that's all I had for that console, which back in the day was a lot of games. You know, you'd play them, you'd get the most out of them. But yeah, 5 games was a fair old amount. And my first game on it, which was, to me at the time, was kind of arcade perfect. Virtua Racing Deluxe, absolutely brilliant. Polygon fest. It was good speed, good graphics, good everything. Playability, found it a little bit twitchy, but then I'm not that great at games. But yeah, so I had the unboxed console, Mega Drive 2, and the SNES took a bit of a back burner, collecting the SNES games and playing the SNES games, because the Mega Drive was where it was at for me. So with this little mushroom unit that sat on the top of it, all these great games were starting to be released and showed so much potential. But we all know it was if you like, a light-hearted stopgap till the next thing came out. Another game I had, Virtua Fighter. This one's got a little bit of where it's had a sticker on there, but all my 32X games are complete and in fair condition. So that was the second game I got back in the day. Then this was a really good port, Doom. To me, I think that was pretty much the first sort of style of shooter experience, 3D first-person experience that I'd ever had, really, with Doom on the 32X, and was blown away by it. I know it was a bigger game elsewhere on the computers and whatnot, but for me the 32X was my first go at it, and I absolutely loved it. And then Star Wars, game made for the system. It was absolutely ideal. Really good graphics. It was all about the graphics and the box art. Top game, really good. Pleased to have it in the collection now. But looking back at 32X playing and collecting at the time, back in the day, one game was just, for me, head and shoulders above the rest. I hadn't played anything like it. I really got into it. It was a really good, stellar title. I don't think it's fared that well over the years, but Metalhead. That was my 5th and final game for the Mega CD. See, it's imprinted in my brain. I'm scarred for life. For the 32X Metalhead. Absolutely brilliant game. If you're likely to get a 32X, you've got to get this. You've got to experience it, because that sort of 3D world, mech fighter, absolutely brilliant. Stellar stuff. Really good. And with a public health warning on there as well. But yeah, so that was where we went after that. I did experience handheld gaming, in terms of throughout the time, after I had the SNES, so I had the SNES, Mega Drive. I don't know whether it was after or before getting the 32X, but I had a healthy Game Gear collection, and I think that's probably why, looking back, when I started to collect for Master System, a lot of the games were familiar, although I hadn't actually played the Master System versions, because most of them were ported to the Game Gear. And unfortunately, I had a Game Gear collection of probably must have been 20 odd games as well. To me, it was never as good as the proper home consoles. But when lights had to be out, go to bed, you got school in the morning, at least with a Game Gear, you could still continue to have a go on that. In the dark, and a blossom Game Gear. So yeah, I had a healthy collection. It was something, the Game Gear I got from Roy's in a bit of a wheeling and dealing, and got loads of carts. And I had a really cool little blue and silvery sort of bag thing to put the carts in, and the console, and yeah, really brilliant. A few of the accessories, like the plug in the adapter, so saved on sets of batteries every bloody half hour or whatever it was that they lasted. But unfortunately, and this hit me hard, I was scarred. Something happened in my sort of mid to early teenage years, that scarred me for life. And before I get all emotion, I'm going to save it to have a chat about next time. No wonder this relationship didn't last long. Anyway, we'll get onto that next time. But stay well, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back. And hope you enjoyed the video. Me rambling, talking rubbish, up in the man cave, in the depths of Essex. And yeah, till next time. Thanks for watching. Take care all. Bye for now. See ya.